Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David. All right, this lesson is just going to quickly go into these devils. They know, right, that it's over. What they don't seem to see, what Esau can't do, right, is he can't acknowledge that it's him, right, or people like him that is bringing this thing to an end. Here you got an Edomite. He's going to point at other Edomites and say it's their fault. I was in a restaurant the other day, and an Edomite is full of Edomites. An Edomite, homeless Edomite, is walking by, and his pants are sagging down, and his whole butt crack. This guy is filthy, a filthy caveman. He walks right in front of a big glass window. Everybody's sitting there watching. And this place is this little Edomite tavern, right? It's full of Edomites, and they just as redneck as they can be. And I'm in there. I work in there sometimes. And so the homeless guy walks right in front of the window, ass all the way out, butt crack, filthy, right? And the humiliation, okay? Because had that been Jake, all those Edomites would have said, see, that's who those people are as a whole. So I turned around to look at the countenance of shock on these Edomites. They were looking at him, and I'm looking at him with that smirk on my face. I'm like, this guy represents all Edomites. Okay, because that's where Esau is going. He's going back to walking on all fours, basically. So let me start this with a scripture. Let's go to Jeremiah. The Most High is exposing this devil. This is where it's going. We're in the time of great exposure. Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49, right, judgment on Edom. And what this is going into is, once upon a time, the Most High, all right, gave the blessing of the fatness of the land to Esau. And Esau would be in rulership during that time. Well, we're in that time, and we're watching the back end of his rulership is coming to an end in everybody's face. And there's nothing anybody could do to stop it. All we could do is watch it happen. All right? Let's start from 7. Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, right, the so-called white man, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Meaning, I'm going to take away what I gave you. And we're watching it right now. Has counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Hey, you were wiser than Daniel there for a whole minute. All right? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring calamity. I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. Calamity, Jane. The time that I will visit him. Hey, we're watching the visitation. I'm going to come and see. The Most High said, I'm going to come and see you. All right? I'm going to jump straight down to 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. We're in this time right now. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Let's take a closer look at this in these different versions and see if we can glean. All right, Jeremiah 49:10 in the NIV. But I will strip Esau bare. I will uncover his hiding places. You can't hide no more. All right, the Most High is exposing one of your great strengths was deception and secrecy. Okay, but now it's over. Now he's lifting up your skirt, right? And everybody sees that you're wearing panties. Okay, so he cannot conceal himself. His armed men are destroyed, also his allies and neighbors, so there is no one to say. Okay, NLT, but I'll strip bare the land of Edom, and there will be no place left to hide. Its children, its brothers, its neighbors will all be destroyed, and Edom itself will be no more. Hey, that 1,000 years is about to begin. All right, right after your complete downfall, right, which culminates with them missiles. Hey, that's when the 1,000 years begins. All right. Slovakia. All right, let's get one more, and then we'll watch these videos. Second Thess. Second Thessalonians 2. All right. Slovakia. And then 2 and 8. Second Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked Esau be revealed. We're in the time of this guy being revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Hey, Yahweh Shai is the light. Okay. The Lord, the spirit of the Most High's mouth is the prophets. We done found you. You've been hiding with your deception, made everybody believe that the Edomites are done away with. No, you're right here. We're in the time now that you're being revealed. And then, when is then? These last days. Then shall that wicked be revealed. Okay? You're being revealed in your time. It's your time to be revealed. Okay? Good enough. So let's move on to these videos. All right, let's get this one first. I've been watching. This guy right here is a lawyer, so he knows, this wicked ass law that is designed for criminals. And he sees right through whatever's going on in this Trump case where this guy is conducting espionage and treason. He's a traitor. And if it was Barack Obama, they'd have this nigga in the gallows, hanging by his neck and taking pieces of, even though he's not an Israelite, they would still make that example because they believe, well, he's black or whatever. But anyway, so I'm going to go in. This is at the 5-minute mark. And this is about Trump's son, Eric, right? And this guy is talking about the maggots and how they can't help. See, part of the Most High exposing this devil, right, is through the maggots. And they're going to side with Trump no matter what. Here it is. This guy is completely wrong, completely guilty. He's a straight up criminal and a traitor. He's a traitor to the USA. And who's fully got his back? The patriots, the so-called patriots, the ones that are supposed to be standing for standing for law and order. Well, what are they doing instead? They say, oh, well, that don't matter, right? So the whole thing, What does that do? This guy knows. He's like, you guys are making us all look bad. You're making America look really bad, standing for wickedness. All right? Letting you know that the whole thing is crumbling. So let's watch this. All right, so this is Midas Touch channel, September 9th, which is today. All right, Eric Trump humiliates himself again in an interview with Sean Hannity. Let's watch this. Now he's just gonna give his thoughts on what's going on, the perception of the maggots, right? And he knows that it's looking bad.
To schools quicker, Republicans voted against the Amber Alert style system for school shootings. Who votes against that? Republicans voted against allowing our veterans to get health care for toxic burn pits. I could go on and on and on, but everything they side with is on the side of death and destruction. And you see them just kind of laughing about it and living in their own weird, MAGA, dangerous, fascist bubble.
Which is strong delusion. All right? The maggots are under very strong delusion that somehow Trump can save them, the country. How are you going to save the country when you're going against everything that it's supposed to represent? Right? And being locked in. They're locked in. Right? No matter what Trump, like Trump said, it's almost like he planted a spell on them and said, hey, I can walk into Times Square and shoot somebody and they'll vote for me tomorrow. That was strong witchcraft that he put on the maggots. Right? It hasn't mattered. Grab them by the pussy, all of that. All right? None of that mattered while he was running. So how much more now? You could storm the Capitol building. You could steal classified documents, top secret, have them in your hand, say they belong to me. And these people, you talk about a death cult, it's just crazy. And other Edomites see it. So just like the guy in front of the plate glass window with his ass out and filthy, dirty, scummish dirtbag, okay? Edomites they're looking at each other like that now. It's all falling apart.
We need to call it out. We need to push that bubble back into the basements where that used to reside.
It was hidden. Now it's being shown. The Most High is lifting up the skirts.
Condemn it. Call it out. But it is such an embarrassment and such a shame that you have the Republican Party today looks at Eric Trump's statement, looks at Alina Habba's statement, looks at Donald Trump sending 150 social media posts before 9 a.m. in the morning, ranting and raving with QAnon conspiracy stuff, and the Republican Party looks at that and goes, that's what I want. That is what I want for this country, this great United States of America. I want that to lead this country. Now, our lives are too important. The lives of our family members and our colleagues and our community members are too important for these reckless, despicable people to be anywhere near the levers of power. We are all waking up.
He's talking about Edomites. He's talking about his own people, despicable. All right? Because the truth is all coming out. They want to put it back in the closet. But Edom is like they're doubling down on dumb shit right now. And it's all unraveling. Everything is unraveling. The Most High is doing his thing. So, hey, we're living in beautiful times right now.
Power. We are all waking up and we are recognizing this. We are standing up. They're exposed. They're desperate. They're scrambling. And no matter how sometimes things can feel exhausting, for you all watching this, I know it could feel so exhausting sometimes. But I want you to know we're in this together. We'll keep fighting together.
And you're not together. You talk about your own, man. Okay? And Jake and Esau ain't never been together. Okay? How suddenly uh, 3/5 of man, you want us on your side now? No. No. Ask J.B. Gunner.
Going to save our democracy. It's going to be okay.
No.
I'm telling you, Donald Trump will be held accountable.
They hold themselves not guilty. You can't change. You can't change your genetic makeup. Inferior.
We must all continue to fight each and every day together in this incredible pro democracy movement that.
Enough of that. Okay? Enough of that. The pro democracy movement that had us enslaved and still has us enslaved. So this thing's over. All right? It's Judgment Day. All right? Judgment Day. We'll get a couple more, and I got one more to watch. This is, let's get the skirts. Jeremiah. What is it? 13. Jeremiah 13, verse 30, what? 26. Let's just read this straight out. Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. Now this, once upon a time, this was dealing with us. Okay? I have seen thine adulteries, talking about Jake, talking about Israel, and thy nayings, the lewdness of thy whoredom, and thine abominations on the hills and the fields. Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem. See, that's talking about us. Will thou not be made clean? Whence shall it once be? When shall it once be? Now, this applies to Esau. Therefore, I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. We went through that, right? Oh, Jerusalem. We went through that, and now it's over. Okay? All right? Now, uh, it's coming back. All right? It's coming back on them. Let me get let's go to Deuteronomy real quick. 30. See, when you understand how the Most High gets down, right? We went through our punishment. The curses were on us. Now they're being lifted and they're being put on our enemies. Okay? All right, so this is about Jake right here, Deuteronomy. These are Moses' words. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart, that's your mind, and the heart of thy seed, your children, to love the Lord thy power with all thine heart and with all thine soul, that thou mayest live. The breath of life, I'm going to restore it. And we're going through that right now. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses, the ones that are upon us now, or coming off, upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Now, who's that? Who persecuted us? Still persecuting us right now. Ask J.B. Gunner. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, will put all the curses of Deuteronomy on who? On our enemies and on them that's not only Esau, because we can go down the list. All right? Let's do that real quick. Let's find out who hates us. Gotta qualify it. Let's qualify it real quick. All right. Psalm 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O power, O God, Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So, Most High has enemies. They hate him and they hate us. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. That's us. Who hates us? Okay, I'll go into that further. All right. Jump down to 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Then it names them. Okay. The Edomites, or the so-called white men, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Africans. All right. Japanese, so-called Jews. All right. The real Palestinians, Africans. Okay? So we know who are our enemies. They that hate thee. You see this? And furthermore, who hates us? Okay? So all these curses are going on our enemies and all them that hate us. Who hates us? See, the Bible can tell you. Genesis 27. Who hates you? Well, let's let the Bible speak. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob. That's who hates him. And do not I hate them that hate thee, O Lord? So we hate Esau too. But here it is. What does the Bible say? Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So there's your hate right there. Now, if we go back and we read Deuteronomy again, who hates us? Esau. It says, and the Lord, thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies. Who's our enemy? You shall be sold unto your enemies. That's Esau, that's Ishmael, and Ham. And on them that hate thee. Esau hated Jacob, which persecuted thee. Okay, they all hate us, but line upon line, precept upon precept, you get right down to names. Okay? Now, what does the Most High say about our enemies? If we reverence him and do what is right and keep the commandments. All right? This is Exodus 23. And then we'll watch this other thing. Because what's going to happen to this devil? All right? First of all the curses are going on him. How is he going to... First of all, look at Jake. Jake made it. We made it through living with the curses for many, many, many years. Esau's not going to last 1 year under these curses. Nothing you do will prosper. Nothing. You don't have a chance. We're ruling over you with our foot in your ass. How does that jive? How are you going to pull that up? And you're a weak ass bitch. How is that, how does that work? All right, this is Exodus 23 and 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, you Israelites, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. You see that? And that's where we're at in this thing. The Most High is rising up. He's exposing this devil, and he's becoming the enemy. He's always been their enemy. But he gave them a grace period that they can get us to this point. Now, hey, he's lifting up the skirt. Okay, you can see it. All right, let's save one. What's going to happen to these Edomites? Now, I looked for this. I went on Google and I searched Zondervan. They were hiding it. But it did come up on an old GMS, archive. All right. And we're just going to watch this real quick. It's going to go over this. All right. And I mean, this goes way back. For those of us that came in '07 and '08, right? These were the first things. These were those first jewels. All right. So let's listen to this real quick. GMS dedication, January 30, 2019. And I know it goes back further than that. That's just when they posted it. But anyway, Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, the word Edom. We're just going to watch the first. I just want them to say this. Okay?
All right, Shalom Akim, all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hawakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, fellow Akim out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. All right, so Brother Kanak, and I have the brother
Shamar.
Right, so we just want to go into a real quick excerpt out of the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary on Edom. All right, this is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It's pretty beat up, but you should be able to see it. This is by Zondervan's. Right, so we're going to go into Edom. Right, we're going to go into Edom and then go through a couple of scriptures because, the Edomites, they're still alive and well today. Okay, the Edomites, which can you get real quick? Could you get Genesis 36 and 6? And you know what? What I'll do is I'll read in the beginning of Edom. Let's read from the beginning of Edom, okay? Because Edom as a nation is still here. And the Edom as a nation is talking about the so-called white race. Now this is Edom, okay? It says the nation and its people who were the descendants of Esau. See? So when you read about the Edomites, okay, you're reading about the descendants of Esau. Could you bring that out? Because it's going to go into Genesis 36, and you can start at 6.
Genesis 36 and 6. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and all his beasts and all his substance which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob, for their riches were more than they might dwell together, and and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
Yeah, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. So it's giving you a little background on Esau, which Esau is a descendant, as it's stating here in this Bible dictionary, which these are so-called intellectuals. These are so-called, scholars that go up and, they, these Edomite scholars, they go and they search out everything. Real quick, get Ezekiel 28 and 3.
Okay, so I want to get to the point. The point of great future judgment. And I see that it's taking a minute. Let me see if I get there. This is what I want. Let's see.
The verse in Genesis 36 and 1, it speaks about the generations. So that's showing you that it's the actual race of people.
Right, and when you go down in here, I mean, I didn't read it, but it tells you, it gives you the precepts. And it gives you the precepts of Genesis 36, 1 all the way to 8.
Probably just going to read it.
We started at 6, right? But you can go to, that's why the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's not getting to
that was it on that scripture, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Ezekiel 25.
Anyway, this is what I was looking for. And I'm going to go back here to get it. So I went to this video, but the video is long, and I'm trying to break this down short. So I'll just read it. So this is in Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. We're in the time of judgment right now. Okay? The Most High is leading the armies of the world over into the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat, which means the Most High's judgment. We're in the time of this great future judgment. We're watching it. Okay? It says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High, though he sought it carefully with tears. Okay, that's all I wanted on that. But the great future judgment, we're watching it. All right, going back to this. Okay, going back to this guy and what he's saying. He's like, it's such a shame, it's such an embarrassment. You hear these words?
Social media posts before 9 a.m. in the morning, ranting and raving with QAnon conspiracy stuff, and the Republican Party looks at that and goes, that's what I want. That is what I want for this country, this great United States of America. I want that to lead this country. Now, our lives are too important. The lives of our family members and our colleagues and our community members are too important for these reckless, despicable people to be anywhere near the levers of power. We are all waking up.
There it is. Yeah, you're waking up. You're waking up to your everlasting shame. All right? That's what's going on. All right, so let's go ahead and close this. Give me one more. Give me a Deuteronomy here. Did I already get this? Just to confirm. All right. We'll end it on this. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 15. All right. And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness. You know where sickness comes from? And will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will I lay them upon all them that hate thee. Okay? What else? And thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy power shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. We're done. Okay? There's a couple of Christians out there that need to be put to death, but I mean, the Most High is going to put anybody that ain't worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you're worshiping Caesar Borgia and the idol called Christianity, Most High got your number. All right? So, again, okay, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. Who hates us? Okay? 27. Where's 27? It's clear to see who hates us. So they're catching it right now. Who's catching it? Esau hates us. Esau hated Jacob. There it is. There it is. Okay? One more. And how do we know? First Peter 4 and 7. We'll end on this. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right? So just get your popcorn, right? And your favorite beverage. Sit back and watch this devil be brought to naught. Okay? All right? He'll be on all fours very soon. All right? Grunting and snorting. Crawling on his belly. All right? So with that, we hope that the elect will edify you brothers and few sisters with that shalom.